Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back, honey. Welcome back to another quick chat. And this one really gonna be quick. I don't even think this video is gonna be more than 3 minutes, but you probably saw the time frame before you even clicked on the video. Okay. All I need you guys to do for real, is just make sure you hit that like button. But I wanted to talk real quick about 50 Cent and Vivica Fox because it seems like every few months we have this conversation about Vivica Fox wanting to be back with 50 Cent. And I'm slick over it. And I slick want y'all to stop asking this lady about whether or not she wants to be back with this man in any capacity. I feel, and maybe I feel that way because it's not a couple that we yearn to see back together, kind of like Ashanti and Nelly. I'll be honest. Like for me, I was really happy to see both of them together, but I don't recall Ashanti having countless and countless and countless and countless and countless of interviews of people continuing to ask this woman about damn Nelly. I feel like we've seen that in more recent interviews, in my opinion, especially since we've seen the verses last year that we've seen them, inquire about whether she and Nelly will make any connection, especially the way he made his way across to the other side of the stage, honey. And ever since then, he's been making his way to the other side of the stage, honey, because they have been spotted out, hanging out, and doing all of that great stuff. And I have been here for it, honey, because I know we talking about 50 Cent and Vivica, but let me just touch on Ashanti and Nelly real quick because they ended up going to P, the CEO of Quality Control. He had a party. He does this thing like every year for his birthday or whatever. And Ashanti went, she performed, and she and Nelly went there together. They also went together for, I believe it was a boxing match. I don't know if it was Mayweather or somebody, but they went together for a boxing match. Like they have been caught out in these streets. They were performing together. I believe it was out there in Vegas or somewhere on the West Coast. Girl, they are back together again. And I am here for it. And I think that, Ashanti kind of does need somebody in the industry because the guy she was dating before Nelly, although he was low key, she did say he was in the industry. So sometimes he wouldn't fully understand her scheduling and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we don't mind a little spin the block. You feel me? Like, yeah, Jen and Ben Affleck have spun the block, but in all honesty, girl, Ben looked like he tired as hell. I'm not even gonna hold you. Ben looked like he's over it. Ben looked like I only came back to this woman because there was a benefit. And now I'm exhausted. Give me my free is what it's giving, in my personal opinion. Okay. But as far as Vivica Fox and 50 Cent, they weren't really like a it couple, like a Jen and Ben, like a Ashanti and Nelly. So I'm not understanding why y'all keep asking this woman about dating this man. And it seems like a lot of times when she's talking or having interviews, she figures out a way to kind of bring him up. When I tell you 50 Cent may show himself to be a clown on television, I do wonder how is he behind the scenes? Is he really like all lovey-dovey? What is the energy that he's been given for somebody like Vivica Fox to feel like she would love to have him back? Because this ain't the first time that she's done this. Now, I do want to go ahead and play a clip so y'all can know exactly where this conversation is coming from anyway, honey. And that's primarily from what was it? The Sherry Shepherd show. So she went on to the Sherry Shepherd show, and Sherry Shepherd pretty much asked her about rekindling with 50 Cent. So I want y'all to go ahead and just check out what Sherry Shepherd had to say.
Is still saying your name. How you feel about that?
Well, my phone started blowing up, and I was like, Lord, what I do now? And they said, yeah, Curtis finally said something about about your movie.
Yeah.
And I took it as a compliment. I did. I was like, that was his way of showing support. Thanks, boom.
Okay, so, but I know. Let me tell you this, and I don't know if y'all remember, because y'all remember when 50 and Vivica was dating. Y'all were dating
13 years ago.
13 years ago, okay. And I remember it was some kind of award ceremony. You was on stage, and your body was popping, and I remember Curtis like he was in love with you, girl. Would you ever think about getting back together with Mr. Curtis Jackson if he came and said,
well, Ben and Jen did it again. Why not?
All right. So y'all just pretty much heard what Miss Vivica had to say about that whole situation. Okay. She says, listen, Ben and Jen did it, so we could do it too. Okay, we could do it too. Punchinella. We could do it too. Punchinella from the zoo. And I'm just like, give it up, give it a rest. So first of all, a lot of this conversation came about because y'all know 50 Cent has the show over there on Stars. And that show was called BMF or whatever. It's a pretty good show. And and it's giving one side of the details from the actual drug dealers in the show BMF. Well, one of the first ladies of BMF did not kind of like how she was being portrayed, and that's the character played by Lala Anthony. So what she did was she partnered up with Vivica Fox. I believe that Judge Mathis may be a producer and some other important people, and they're about to start their own film project, which is going to be called First Lady of BMF, right? So once this was announced, 50 Cent came to the forefront and he kind of threw some shade or whatever at what Vivica Fox was over there trying to do. Honestly, I don't think that 50 Cent really cares that she's doing BMF, because he's so unhappy with Stars as a network that he probably don't care if she is doing it. So maybe he kind of does miss her and felt the need to really throw shade. But I also feel like Vivica Fox decided to join in on helping produce and direct or whatever First Lady of BMF, because she already knew that her ex-boo, who she can't seem to get over, 50 Cent, obviously he's doing it. And I felt like she thought that that would be another way for her to get his attention. You know what I'm saying? Like previously, she was on, I can't even remember what show she was on last year, but she pretty much referenced 50 Cent as like the love of her life or whatever. When she was kind of like detailing their breakup, talking about their relationship and everything, she pretty much said, if it wasn't last year, maybe it was the year before last. I feel like it was last year. Hell, it probably could have been this year. But she referenced the man that's the love of her life. But she said this in so many interviews, girl. It's like, we know. He knows. He's been in a relationship with his girl. I don't know if she ever graduated law school, but I know she was in law school at one point. But he's been with this girl for probably like 5 years. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, ma'am, I know that girl feel a way about you keep trying to come after her man or whatever. It's like, ma'am, it's over. It's done with. You even said that it was 13 years ago. Like, stop. But I mean, anything is possible, with being and Jen, Ashanti and Nelly, and ain't no telling who else then got back together after breaking up after so many years. But I don't really see 50 Cent going back to her. And I don't know. I think 50 Cent, and it's no shade to her at all, I think he just like his women to be a bit younger. When she kind of referenced him as being like her the love of her life or whatever back then, he really didn't say nothing too much. He wasn't bothered by anything that she said. I think he said something like, at the time that they were together, they were really connected with each other. So they really weren't conscious of everything else that was happening around them. So it sounded like he was like really in love with her at the time that they were together, but it does seem like he has moved past that time frame, and that's just not where he's at with things anymore. But I'm sure he's flattered to know that she can't move it forward in her life without probably getting another piece of him again. Okay, in my personal, right? That's just in my personal. But I wish that people would just let it be what it is. Stop inquiring and asking this lady about this man and whether she wants to be back. I feel like we all know her answer. She would love to be back with this man. She would love to have a sit down with this man. 50 Cent has already spoke on her as far as like her doing the BMF. So soon as the film project really comes out, he gonna have more to say. And I wouldn't be surprised if because they're filming now, right? And they may have wrapped already, but I wouldn't be surprised if if they can hold the show. I don't know if they've already sent it to a network, but if they can wait, if they will hold the project from airing until the new season of BMF comes around, I wouldn't be surprised if they drop that film at that time, because one, it's going to make good for a bunch of comparison, comparison or whatever, comparing, contrasting of the two shows and what they're including versus what the other people are not including. But I also feel like it's going to be another way for her to get back onto 50 Cent's radar. And I just don't think he's there yet. I just don't ever hear him saying in multiple interviews, or if any, how much of the love of his life she was. You know what I'm saying? So it does kind of look bad. I mean, I respect her for just keeping it G regardless of how he feels, just keeping it G on how she feels, right? But when it's not really being reciprocated, it's kind of making you look a little crazy. And I want the best for you, and I just don't think it's him. You know what I'm saying? But either way, girl, good luck. Y'all leave that lady alone. Start asking that lady about that man, okay? But I want you guys to go ahead and hop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and what y'all think about this, and whether y'all think she needs to move on, and whether people inquiring about their relationship in the general, in the public, in the media, whatever, if they too need to also move on. All right, that's all that I got. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.